is going on, toy mechanic fans? I just almost took my eye out within the first 3 seconds of the stream. Hope everybody's doing better than I am today. Golly. This is a near catastrophe. You just gotta watch out for the tripod handle. Sheesh. I forgot to plug in my other camera. Sorry, we're in a different area today. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do today because I just wanted to kind of take a little break from the gaming just for a second while we figure out what game we're gonna play next after the disappointment of beating Callisto Protocol and finding out that I had to pay more to get the actual ending. Not happy about that. Not happy about that. So I'm just gonna set up a secondary camera somehow here. I don't know what I want to do. I didn't clean off my desk at all. Yeah. So, pardon. Also, how's the does the audio sound good? Is the mic okay? I'm using a different mic. I didn't want to move the setup if I didn't have to today, so I'm using this other mic, and it does not get very loud. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Um. So yeah, I beat Callisto Protocol on Saturday. Freaking awesome game. A game that I've been defending for a while now. I'm like, it's not Dead Space. And maybe that's why people were mad because it wasn't Dead Space, but we need new IPs. We need all sorts of things like that, to keep the gaming community alive. And this company that wasn't EA, which is nuts, that wasn't EA, um, puts out this awesome game. It's really fun. Sure, it could use some improvements, but every game pretty much needs improvements except for The Witcher 3, which is the best game ever made and it's perfect. So, besides that one, and maybe Time Splitters 2, that was pretty freaking amazing too. Star Fox 64, I could go on for a few perfect games, but you know what I mean. You're gonna run into issues. You're gonna run into things. So I I get to the end, man, and it's the most blue ball thing I've ever seen. It was literally like spoilers. So close your ears if you haven't. Oh, I think I'm loosening this light over here. If you haven't, or if you care. Anyway, so we get me and I save Danny because she's been infected. You know, we get to this pod. We're about to get out of here. So here we go. And there's only one pod. There's only one escape pod, of course. And so it's like this self destruct thing has been initiated, right? And he grabs her, he puts her in there, brings the harness down on her, and sends her off. And he's like, I'm gonna, he knows he has a chance for redemption here, right? She even says that she's like, maybe he's trying to redeem himself or whatever for what all for assisting, essentially, kind of not looking into the cargo he was running when he kind of, I don't know, he either way doesn't matter, right? So the self destruct system or things going off, and this doctor that you've been after or whatever comes up on a hologram, right? And she's like, Jacob, there actually might be a way out. And she's like, you need to get to me. I need your help. And it's like, Callisto Protocol. I'm like, what the hell? And then there's a $15 DLC. A $15 DLC called The Final Transmission. Apparently that has an actual ending in it. I was like, oh my god. Christine, you do not need to be in here. You need to be zeroed in right now. You need to be oh, you wanted your streak. I get it. Appreciate the support, little. But you need to be, maybe this is a good way. Don't lose track of your time. Be Christine has a phone interview in about 20 minutes. for a potential contract job. So we're, you know, obviously this is what we want to do, but in order to, sometimes you got to be realistic, and hopefully this is realistic. We've got lot of great supporters, and this is what we want to keep doing. And hopefully, if she gets that, then she can help. She already does, but she can help financially support us during this time and this stuff. Nerves, she's good, man. You got it. She's got it. She's got it. She's got it. Oh, it's not even a phone interview. It's a video interview. Ooh. She looks gorgeous today, though, so she's gonna. They're probably. I don't even know how he's gonna be able to handle it. How that person's gonna handle trying to take on an interview when she pops up on the screen. He's gonna be like, okay, I'm just. I'm so. I'm so flustered. She said, I'm getting out of here now. Oh, I need to. I got. So I know how to do the alerts now. I know how to make new alerts. But anyway, back to the gaming discussion there on Callisto. Uh, I can't even say a very generous, because all of you are, but a very generous subscriber. He goes by, his name's Adam. He's like Maximum Gaming or something along those lines. He's very, very, very cool kid. Asked for my PayPal, and I wasn't gonna give it to him. Christine did, and he sent over like $22 for the DLC, which I'm like super okay. All right, on one side, super appreciative. Like I can't even. I'm humbled actually. I don't do well with that stuff. I don't do well at all. Unfortunately, I don't. I just. I. It's hard for me to accept help or gifts or any of that stuff. But I do appreciate it. Like I can't. It's almost like I couldn't process. You please, Anthony. I swear, if you did, I will. Anthony. Anthony's middle name, like he's Italian, so his middle name's Generositio. That's probably not. If that's correct, then I'm really happy. Let's see. Hang on. Italian word for generous. Generoso. That's masculine. Sorry. He's very generoso. So get the DLC. Okay. I here's the another thing. As I don't like supporting the idea of buying, having to buy. I know you would have, but to to have to buy for an ending, and so I can either it's like buy the DLC and play it, but we can only do it on a Saturday because he's a student in college, so he goes Monday through Friday, right? He's in class, so he can't actually even watch it until Saturday. So we might have to do like a Saturday Callisto Protocol DLC stream. Two, I talked to him about it and say, hey, maybe we could put this towards an entire new game, which would be crazy. You know what I mean? Or three, refund him. Or four, keep the money and put it towards a repair that I'm going to be doing for him. Put it towards the payment of a repair. It almost covers like the cost of the repair, minus return shipping. But I was like, I don't know, man. I just feel gross paying for it. But I was talking to my friend Jeff yesterday, and yeah, they said to buy the DLC and stuff. I was just like, man, we could buy the DLC and get like, a couple hours out of it, or we could put it towards an entire new game and get like weeks out of it. So that's I guess my mindset. But I guess it is like, it's like, hey, he gave it to you because of this, so you should use it for that. But it's like, but there's options. Maybe he wants to see the ending. Yep. Yep, I think it's fairly obvious where it was, but that was my mindset. That's where I was, right? And he also gave it to me at like I was ending the stream. We were done. You know what I mean? So Anthony, Anthony, they said maybe he wants to see the ending though. Anthony says YouTube. God dang it, YouTube the ending then. It's like he, I think he wants to see me get the ending because he saw how disappointed I was. So we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do a special. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Since he actually overpaid because we told her like, hey, this is how much it is with tax, and it was like $16 and some change, right? And he sent over like 22 bucks or something. I have a business account too, so whenever you get money, it takes some out or whatever. But still, it's enough to cover the DLC. However, however, if I put a little bit of extra, actually, my buddy Anthony, who's in the chat right now, gave me an early birthday PayPal payment. My birthday's in like a couple weeks on April 8th, and he's like, "Here you go, man." He's like, "Get that he's like, "Get a new game or something." And I was like, "Okay, well, would you be mad if I like put this towards anything else?" Because it was like for he knew I kind of wanted to play that Crimson Desert game, um, but I'm not. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's gonna be. It seems like it would definitely be a game that I would probably just like sink into, but I don't know how. I don't know how good it'll be for streams. I don't know. I'd have to. I haven't played like an open world like that besides Fallout, and with that, even with Fallout 76, I had all the people around me, which was super fun. Spike, you were one, and that was awesome. I think we had a good time. Just constant. You got constant, banter going on, which is really cool. But I might take some of that, a little portion of that, couple it with Adam's payment, and I could get there's a $30 season pass for Callisto Protocol, which not only gets you it's like $50 worth of stuff. I mean, it's some skins which I don't really care about, but then there's also like there's the whole story deal, and then there's like something that's like called oh, I can't remember what it is. I think it's probably like a horde mode or something like that. So that could be interesting just to play. If let's say we beat the game, it's like way shorter than we thought, and then I've got to fill some time, and then I could hop over and try that out too, which would be kind of cool. So I think that's probably where I'm gonna go with it. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I was just like, man, I was like, I don't like the idea of supporting like paying for a freaking ending. I was like, ugh, why would they do that? Like this was like I'm pretty sure this was their first game, and to me it was a solid title. It was really fun. Like had a good time. I thought the story was actually great, minus the ending because it didn't have one. It's like God. It's almost like if you watched a movie in the theater and it ended like that, but not like you have to pay to watch another film, like sequels and whatnot, or obvious trilogies. But it's like you got to pay for like a TV show to finish it. Yeah. What do you mean, Spike? What am I checking? What am I checking? I don't have. Sorry, I don't have notifications on my phone whenever, especially when I'm doing this stuff. I don't have any kind of. I don't have the sounds on or anything like that. Can I make sure? What is wrong with you people? God dang it, man! You guys are ridiculous, man. You guys are ridiculous. Okay, well, the DLC is certainly paid for. Spike. I don't hate friends. I love my friends. What do you mean? Hates friends. The twice was a joke. Dude. Thank you. God damn it. You guys are a mess. He's like, you can put it towards whatever. He's like, but you know what you need to put it towards. You know what you need to put it towards. Oh man, yeah. It's funny you say that. So it's like now I'm trying to figure out like I've kind of got enough now where I can either buy like this chat monitor to where I'm looking for. I'm actually looking for trying to find like a cheap monitor at this point, so I can just. I'd like to have one of the longer monitors, so you know that it's just specifically for chat going up and down and whatnot, so I can just kind of glance over big fat like grandma Bible sized font, so I could just kind of get a look at that or whatever. But there's just so many things that I'm trying to invest into the stream. There are some like personal like selfish things that I do want to get, but when I look behind me, it's like things that I'm like, you don't need anything else. You don't need to buy any other stuff. There's like some Usagi Yojimbo Ninja Turtles that are dropping at Target right now for like their stupid what is it, collector con or holothon or whatever the hell they call it. Something basically we're gonna make these things a lot harder to get to find. It drives me crazy when they do that stuff. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I can do this. Spike is amazing, man. Yeah, he's ridiculous. Anthony, you're amazing. Everybody here is so generous. Let me see. Let's try this. Let's try this. Okay, hang on. I want to try to pull these up. I wonder if I could pull these up and talk about them. That'd be fun. Make sure I don't reveal any information. I don't think I will. Where's my favorites at? Where's my favorites at? Save for later? No. No, that's not it. Old man tries computer for first time. There we go. Favorites. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if we can. We're going to go to table view. And right here, we're going to try to add a new source. Let's see what happens here. We're going to add browser. Create new. We'll just call it Chrome. Okay. Nope. That's not what I want. I don't want a URL, bro. Just hang on. We'll delete that. Let's try to figure this out. Delete that. We're gonna maybe you can share this. Share a screen. Mac OS screen capture. Bop. Okay. We'll call it web. Display capture, application capture, window capture. Which window do we want to capture? We're about to capture some windows. This is about to be nuts. Let's see if this will work. Maybe not. Oh, application. Let's see this. Well, no, I don't think we want that either. Son of a gun. I'm not sure how to share my screen. Used to, you could just pick a window, but no, sir, I don't know how to do that. It used to be, yeah, like on the old Streamlabs, I knew exactly how to do this, but let's take a look here. How to share web browser on OBS. Use the browser source for specific websites or window capture to display your active browser window. Under sources, configuring the URL or window dropdown, use the interact button to scroll, click pages. Use the interact button. What the hell are you even saying? What are you high? Choose browser, paste the website URL Adjust size, interact, right click the source and select interact to click links and scroll as it is not interactive by default. Okay, well look at us learning together. Let's learn together, right? Okay. This would be fun. I wanna do this. I wanna show you guys some cool stuff. Cause you guys deserve cool stuff. Right? How about this? How about we go to target.com. Okay. There it is. There's Target. We found it. We found it. How about this? Right click. How about we transform? Fit to screen? Why the hell is it doing that? We'll move it down here so we can see this. Maybe we'll just move it off to the side since it's going to be weird. I don't want to sign. Oh, I don't have to sign into the account. Okay, right click and it said, I think it said to interact. Let's take a look. Interact. Sick. Okay, so this is what we're doing now. We're scrolling. Ah, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Soggy Yo Jimbo. We're gonna try to scroll. Well, I don't think it works. I don't think this works. This is the worst. What does this do? The button works. Can we? This is the most clunky thing I've ever seen in my life. See ya. Well, there's some cool stuff on there. What the hell? Really? You can't just share like just let me share the window. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna figure this out. Promise. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Oh. Nope. What do you mean? What is it, dude? The options for the window and options to oh man, this is so bad. How did they not have this like simplified? Jeez, it's embarrassing. Now I can't hear. Pretty sure that's on my end. Let me try to fix. Fixed. Great. Good. 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 That's good. That's really good. There's got it. Method 2 window capture. Best for sharing active browsing. Here we go. Open browser. Open your web browser. Add source in OBS. Click the plus button in the sources box. Select window capture. Choose window capture. In the properties window, select your browser. Yeah, see that's where I'm running into a problem. That's not it. That's not an option. Yeah, I did that. It's weird. It says deprecated on the bottom. Like, why does it say that? Why is it so mean? Eesh. Well, sure wanted to do that. That'd have been neat. Probably one of those things I should, try to figure out not while I'm streaming, but I don't know. Can't hurt. Battery. We can go to Control Center and show you the battery life. We can watch the battery on my computer together. Does that sound fun? Does that sound fun, you guys? Dude, yeah, it's like not the option's not in there for it. Wait a minute. Google Chrome. Favorites lists. This is it. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Once again, here we go. All right. Oh man, look, we figured it out, guys. Just like we knew we would. I wonder if I can I move this over and it still Oh no, I can't change the size of it while I'm. Hang on, hang on. How about we move this over a little bit? All right, here he is. Look at this. All right, that's full screen. Cool, cool, cool. Dude, this is next level. It's next level cool. Freaking in the Stansakai style. Freaking nuts, dude. Yeah, look at that, bro. So these are showing up right now. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of kills me to not be able to get all of these, but that's okay. That's okay. What I do want to grab, if I can make it work, is gonna be Donnie. And look at these prices, man. Anthony said this the other day. He's like, "Why are they so expensive?" I was like, "Because, man." Not just after tariffs and all that stuff, because I mean it did change, but or rise the prices, but inflation, man. Inflation, we've seen it forever. I actually found, so this is on my wish list, which is fun, or my saved or whatever, in my Target list. And this guy, I found him. I held this in my hands the other day, but I put it back. I was like, he's cool. Um, I wanted to make a custom of this shredder a long time ago using an existing figure. They had like a bigger figure that had like an action feature, and I was like, it's just big enough to where it's the right size for the turtles, for the Revo turtles, because the Revo turtles are my favorites. I actually do have one from the 2012 line from NECA. I lucked out. I got Donatello. So that's cool. It's my guy, obviously. Got him on today. But I also want to see if I can't grab this Usagi. I love Usagi Ojimbo. Just I don't know how you couldn't. But also this one's like he's taller. If actually let's see here. I think I can. For those of you who are not turtle familiar, I think I might actually have. I thought I had an Usagi nearby. Yeah, let's see here. See if I can get around to it. I got a bunch of boxes in here. Usagi, 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 and there should be another one around, floating around here somewhere. Anyway, I think I've got a, yeah, I've got a turtle over here too. Also, might want to try some other stuff today while we're here. I got some test runs I want to do. But okay, so this is probably one of the cooler Usagi's. I've been bagging up on my figures and stuff like that. Check this. Look at this. This is so freaking cool. Hang on. I'll get him. Let me get him all set up. Gotta get his hat on. Gotta have the hat. Gotta have the hat. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Wait for it. It's gonna be worth the wait. Oop, let's get this. You know, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. Look at that, man. Yeah, and then hat comes off. Just wait. Got his ears back. Look how freaking awesome this dude is, man. But so if you compare him to a regular size, this is kind of regular size NECA, I would say. I don't know if my Toon one's. I think my Toon. Anyway, this is about the right size, right? So you're looking at this as far as like scale wise. You know, this is cartoon accurate and whatnot. And for the new versions here, they're like this. He's like the same size. He's like the same height as the turtles. So I think that's freaking awesome. So yeah, they're gonna be about the same height. I don't know if they have a picture with them or not. I keep like trying to see if they'll like one will pop up for shipping, but I'm pretty sure they all sold out really quick, like they do. But anyway, I haven't like gone. I haven't gone toy hunting in a long time, just because, well, especially since I've been out of work, I'm not gonna hunt any kind of toys. Plus, I have plenty, so it's not like I don't have any here. But it's like the right now I keep, it's like if something like that, sometimes these special ones drop like these, where you're like, oh man, that's what I want. Like for my future, like in my future vision, that's what I want. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff that I know that I definitely want in my collection. Like obviously I'll be downsizing like crazy. And that's actually another reason why I decided to do the chat today is I want to, I don't know, hopefully some people can drop by or whatever or give me some advice as to like what to do here. Cuz I've got so much stuff. I want to get rid of a lot of it. A lot of it. I'm surrounded by stuff. I can't walk around this room. Like it's like the floor is covered in boxes and stuff, but you'll notice or you won't notice, but it's like I've got everything. Like as soon as I get it, it's like all right, into these baggies right now, trying to make sure that everything stays together, so I can easily sort stuff out. Right. I think that's very important factor when getting into collecting. Is something I don't think you think about normally. Is like, oh man, I should probably keep all this stuff sorted out because what happens whenever I'm tired of the stuff that I bought? Do I want to what if I want to get rid of that stuff one day? And so I look around, I'm like, oh man, I really didn't think it through. It's easy though to get lost in things too, especially like where we were on a personal note, like where we were with the old company and whatnot. It certainly didn't fit our values anymore, and we obviously didn't fit in with them for some reason. Why? I don't know. Something changed, but you get like, I think a lot of people fall into this where you're not happy at your job anymore, but you're making money, right? So you use a lot of that money to just retail therapy, fill that void that you're feeling inside um, of gratification, satisfaction, and of course, like you buy something right and you get it, and it's like that quick dopamine hit. It's like checking the door every day or whatever. It's like, oh, is there a package here? Is there a package here? Is there a package here? Um, and it's like being without all of that now. Being without that option has actually it's been good. It's been very good to kind of like I guess pull back that curtain a little bit and realize it's like, man, you have enough stuff. You have enough things to do as well. Like that's one of the main reasons I started this streaming stuff because I enjoy talking to people, right? It's awesome. It's awesome to like be able to talk to people. And yeah, you did come here to be attacked, Spike. You know why? You know why you support this channel. You know this was gonna happen. Look, it's like you look around your room. You're like, I don't have a an addiction to any of this stuff. What do you mean? What do you mean? But I have so much stuff. I have too much stuff. It's clear behind me. Like if you like just whenever I walk back there, that's part of the floor. It's like this is a fire hazard. It's got to be. But also it's like all of this stuff. It's like here's a whole box of things, and it's like bagging them up. Okay, bagging them up, making sure they got their accessories, bag them up, and that's not what I do just because I have been. What's up, Chrisman? But yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know. I've been talking about doing this for years, and now I think it would actually it would take this whole situation that we're in now in order to be able to do this. Rookie numbers? You think those are rookie numbers, bro? No. Oh, Christine's on a she's on her video. Sorry, I'm listening. I'm listening in. She's having her phone interview right now. Oh, it's not a phone interview, it's a video interview. So she's got to be like Wish I could be in there for that one.
Oh, somebody get me a glass, because I just found me a tall drink of water.
Thanks. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. Oh, Spike, when you said I didn't come here to be attacked in such a way, we got some new alerts in here, by the way. There's one called Rage, and there's one called I Recognize That. And they're pretty good. LOL, I'm kidding. We don't need to go bad decisions versus bad decisions. No one wins. Dude, I hear that. Absolutely, I hear that. Dang it, dude. What do we got here? Manage suspicious user. Sorry, I don't think you guys get to see it, but these people pop in. These little bots pop in. I made that one last night. It's still funny, dude. If you don't know what that's from, it's a deleted scene in Bruce Almighty, when that scene where Bruce is like making Evan Baxter or Steve Carell, he starts like his mouth is freaking out. He's like,
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
That was awesome, dude. It's a deleted scene, man. He starts like making him, talk real fast. He's like, sorry. Sorry. Don't know what's coming over me. Well, the deleted scene, dude, Bruce takes it to another level. He gets so mad, and dude, Evan's nose starts bleeding a little bit. She's like, "Oh, Evan, your nose." He's like, "Oh," and it just starts pouring out of him. He's like, "It's a lot of blood." He's freaking out. And then Bruce goes even further, and it's like Evan's hair, like just his whole head bursts into these like they're like 3 or 4 foot flames. And he starts screaming, man, and it's one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen in my life. And so I found that clip and I put our masks over it. It's funny, you kind of miss it too, but at the beginning it's like the regular. I wonder if I can just like play it in here. Anyway, it's like the regular mask, and then it quickly goes to the I call it the Anthony mask, the red one. So anyway, hope you guys like those. And then my buddy Jeff had suggested the Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, here I come, and I was like, all right, but it'd be kind of fun to take some of these ones that we already have and start putting like the masks on them. I think would be pretty fun. That way we kind of make them a little more ours, And plus it's a mask, so all you gotta do is drop it on there. I think the issue you run into is is the expression what makes it good? If the expression's what makes it good, then we have to figure out a way to like animate our, masks, which we can do that too. That's a lot more. That's gonna cost probably like $50 to do. No, it wouldn't cost that much. I'm just messing around with all this stuff that I keep. Like, I don't know if anybody, if like you're a collector out there, me and my buddy Corey from Casting Cave, we call them desk toys. There's like the ones that stay around for a while, like kind of near you. It's like if you get a new one, and it goes on the shelf, cool, because you maybe you were trying to fill up a team or complete a team, or you had this like specific idea. That's where you want that. The one that stays on your desk for a while is just awesome. Like you can't quite stop messing with it. So I think it's definitely a sign of a really good figure. But I don't have a whole lot of these mythic legions or cosmic legions or stuff like that. I really like them. They're just a little. It feels like if you're gonna collect like Mythic Legions, that's all you're gonna collect due to their cost. But their cost is shown in the quality of like their paint work. This whole thing is paint. There's like no. I think the only exposed plastic I see are like some of these like just the joints, and even then they put them in the right color and whatnot. Um, but I love this guy, man. I love this guy. It's a nod to another character, to an actual person. I think his name's Waltor the Mad, and he was I guess he's a member of the Cabal, they call it. I don't know a whole lot of the lore, but yeah, this just obviously we know why I like this one because he's orange, and it's the right orange, dude. This orange is so good. So I got this just to kind of mess around with. He's usually got like a red. You can see the belt is red, and then he's got like a red circular thing that goes in his chest here. And I was like, well, I don't like the red. We're not doing that. So anyway, I got him to kind of mess around with him. I also have like this really cool like head that Corey made, or I'm not sure where the head is. I think a cast or a print from another character. He told me who it was, and I don't. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot. I don't retain a lot of that info, but it's a nod to it's a nod to me, which is really neat. Um, which I'm sure Corey loved doing that. He thinks it's funny. He thinks my narcissism is funny, and that's good. That's okay. Let me show you guys actually a little project I've been working on with this head. Try to keep it safe, but so the cool thing about all these new, I got that one to specifically put one of the COJ beanie skulls on it. That's awesome. Did you get like a? Is it the same? Oh, you put just the beanie on it, beanie skull. Oh, yeah. That'd be cool if it was pink. Imagine if this guy was pink. There's a pink skeleton possibility. There's the blind boxes that they did, and I'm hoping I get that orange skeleton. I bought one. I got one, so I got like a 1 in like 4 or 1 in 5 chance. What'll probably happen is I'll get the one like the super rare one, and I'll be like, just what? But they all look cool. There's a purple skeleton from my man Clayton. An orange skeleton. There's a pink skeleton, a yellow skeleton, and I think there's a solid black skeleton, which looks cool, pretty cool too. But so, boom. There you go. Obviously, his hair is longer, but that's the way they look in the mythic times, apparently. But so, yeah, got the red beard. So yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. I think he looks dope on this. And actually, I don't know where. Man, I wish I had the access. I know the accessories have got to be nearby somewhere. But one of the coolest things is about this figure here is that he's got a goodness, a helmet, like a bubble, astronaut helmet, and on the helmet he it actually fits over with the head on, which is really really cool. But let me show you what I've been working on as well. Because actually, he sent me like more than one of these heads. He was saying we might do like a giveaway at one point to give one of those away. And I was gonna talk to my man Don Sawyer. This Clayton, this is Waltor the Mad, I believe his name is, from Cosmic Legions. I fell in love immediately with it because he's a skeleton astronaut in the best color. So, but I got him because I want to mod him. They actually just put up. They had put up. I don't know if they're closed now or not, but I think they are. I don't know. They did a pre-order not too long ago where you could get another one. So I actually got another one of these, and you could get one with swappable zombie parts. It was so cool. I was like, I can't resist that one. So I did some repairs, made some extra money, and then I was like, I'm gonna get that because that's really cool. But here's one I've been working on, which I was almost done with, and then I had a little accident here. I had my original Toy Canic apron that I got. I think I got this from Tony May or Kai Labs. Is that the same? I don't know if that's the same thing or not. Either way, but we got like the Toy Canic, like, so thought this was really cool. But then I ripped this right here, which I know it's just a simple like stitch that we could put in there, but I thought this was pretty cool. And then I took these arms from this figure here from I forget the name of the game. Was it Evolve? I don't know. You could get these things for nothing for a while there at CVS or Walgreens. Walgreens. Yeah, Evolve. So this guy right here, and I feel like I feel like I've used this figure for a bunch of things. I know my buddy Clayton used one for some things as well. Like I think he used one for a McFarlane Geralt neck mod, which was really well done. But you can kind of with a careful, with a careful tool, you can remove a lot of this stuff. But he just so happened to have the arm length where I needed them to be for to match this look here, because the original arms I believe are gauntleted, like armored. I think they're armored gauntlet kind of gloves. Let's see here. Oh yeah, well no, okay, so they're a little bit longer. So here's the they had the elbows here, so the shirt was longer, and then your gloves had, hang on. So you had these, which are really nice. These are really nice. And technically, if I shave these down just a bit, I don't even know if I have to shave them down, they'd pop on. So I went through, I took the figure, and I shaved these down, had to tighten them up a little bit or whatever. And so now he's got a nice smooth elbow. I mean, it's literally the same articulation that you would have got from a Mythic Legion. And then I fitted this right here as well to where he can use the so these are the Mythic Legions gloves here. So I thought that looked pretty cool. So I was very happy with the way this was turning out. And I went to put my little hammer. I've got a hammer. This is pretty cool. Check this out. This is from a Marvel. Was it Marvel Universe? What was it? The 3 3/4 inch line. What were those called? Yeah, Marvel Universe. Yeah, so the 3 3/4 inch figures that they did for the Marvel before the return of Marvel Legends and whatnot, and this came with a Thor, so it's a 3 3/4 inch scale, right? But when you take it and you give it to your 6-inch scale figure here, or Mythic Legion scale, however you want to call it, it's kind of a nice little hammer, just a tiny hammer. Like a medieval ball peen. I know it's not in the shape of a ball peen. That'd be dope if it was in the shape of one, but it's like small enough to like make sense for like a little like blacksmith kind of just a secondary tool or whatnot. And so whenever I had this, I was going to put it, here. And when I did that, it just tore the little seam off. So it would have been complete. Let's see if I can grip it here. Would have been complete kind of here hanging in, but all it's going to take is like literally probably a stitch. So what happened was it came off of the there's a pop rivet. I need to set up my secondary camera so I can show you guys some better stuff up close. But anyway, this is some stuff I've been. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, Clayton. Thank you. Seriously, I really do think I appreciate that, because this is something I don't get to do a whole lot of passion projects anymore. I haven't done them in a long time, and now is actually the time for me to do this. Actually, streaming is a passion project for me. I used to love doing the streams. It was one of my favorite things, and then we had to go back to the office. So And I was putting in my, I was putting in my hours of work, 8 hours a day at work. And then, but I was already home, after, and this was during, 2020 and all that business. So when I would get home after a while, it just kind of took its toll on me. Also, little fun fact today, for anybody out there who's dealing with this stuff or knows somebody that's dealing with this stuff or has, or anyway, today is March 23rd, as some of you know, 323. Today marks my 7 year sobriety date, free of alcohol. 7 years ago, I was over 7 years ago. I was in a bad place. I was utilizing that as a crutch, as like a self medication, and Clayton right there is actually one of my guys that I don't want to get misty. I don't want to get misty at all. I'm gonna try not to do that. But Clayton was the he took me to my first meeting. It was interesting, man, to go to something like that. And it's weird because like I was such a the functioning alcoholic or whatever. And when I look back on things, it is really crazy. But it got to the point where like everybody's rock bottom's different. Everybody's different. No matter how, no matter, and it's never a joke. It's never no nothing's. You can't say it's worse. You can't say it's worse than somebody else's. You can't say it's better than somebody else's. But after when you're it's like I think with anything until you've experienced, you cannot relate. You know what I mean? Maybe you can relate in another way, but there's just no way to like be in that. You could try to understand. I think that's the best way to say it. It's like you can't really relate to that, or maybe there's like something that it's like I don't know how to say it. It's like if you had like a drug problem, compared to an alcohol problem, I guess there's a relation to that, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's just not the same. Not saying one's better or worse than the other one, or harder or easier. It's just like once you've been through it. So with all that saying, I'm not like putting a high horse or anything. I'm getting somewhere with this. After seeing what other people went through, I consider myself one of the luckiest alcoholics on the planet. Straight up. Because yeah, you can't. It's a disease, man. Straight up. It took my dad, and it pretty much took my mom too. She was a partier, you know. It just a lot of stuff caught up to her. It like I said, it took my father. It took Christine's dad. Even after he got sober, it was just like the damage was done. And it's a scary thing, man. It's one of those crazy things, and it's like, but also it's like somebody like I went out to like this anniversary dinner 2 weekends ago, I think it was, and open bar, all of that stuff. There's an open bar there, free. Even my uncle, who's not super familiar with a lot of it, he was like, he's like, hey man, if you want a drink or something, there's any. And I was like, no, I don't drink. And he was like, okay. He was my father. He's my father's brother, like by adoption and stuff like that. But it's his brother. You know what I mean? They've their whole life. Um, so but it's not a thought in my head anymore to be like, oh man, I need that stuff. God, I need that. It's like I got so fortunate. I got so lucky that I was able to. There, of course, like you slip up a few times and whatnot, but like one of the things I pride myself on, and this is gonna sound like total bullshit, but especially when people do this on the internet. But I don't. I'm not a liar. I don't like it. I can't stand that. Now it's like one of those things where it's like not to say I haven't done it. You know what I mean? It's not something I look forward to or I can't wait or but if I'm in a situation, let's say I screwed something up at work, I was the first person to admit it. Um, and that was actually one of the reasons why like near the end of my last job, like what was really bothering me is there was a guy who I thought was a really good friend of mine and it turned out he was just full of venom and I had no idea. And he at one point in a very unprofessional setting, which was supposed to be like a we're gonna fix things meeting, he said, "You haven't taken responsibility for anything on this situation," and I about like I thought I like my vision blurred. I was so angry because I was like, I literally, I'm the first person to step up and say, I screwed up. Sorry, I'll fix this. You know, that's what I'll do. I mean, that's what, when we're doing toy repairs, you know what I mean? Like, I do these things live, and if something goes wrong, I don't hide it. You know, I'm not going to try to hide it. Or if I do a tutorial, a lot of the times, if something went wrong in a tutorial, then I'll edit the whole thing, and sometimes I might edit out a mistake. Sometimes I won't. But if I don't feel the need that it's going to support like a positive experience for the user or viewer, then maybe I would might cut it out. Be like, oh dang, this happened, you know. But a lot of times, what I like to do is to own the mistakes so we can learn from the mistakes. You know how. Let's say you made it. Well, how do you move forward from there? So anyway, that really something bothered me about that. Um, but with all that said, whenever I was like, I remember when it became like the problem, I just kind of vi- revisiting it in my head is like, I was lying. You lie, dude. You get scared. You're trying to hide stuff. You're trying to, if you have a problem, if you have a disease or sickness or something like that, or an addiction, and you want, like, you don't want to keep doing it, but your body almost wants it. Like, it's like, yes, I need that. um, and it convinces your brain. You know, it's like you're like, oh, that's why it's a disease because it doesn't make sense, right? And I lied. I lied to my wife. It's like, oh, are you doing that? No, I'm just tired, or no, I'm just sick, or no, I don't feel good, or I'm just tired. And then it gets to that point where like it's gonna bottleneck to the point where like you've caught yourself into this point where it's like no, and I didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. So it's nice to be free from that stuff. I won't lie, and that's kind of it. And like I said, it was actually. I'm not gonna say it was easy to do, but luckily for me personally, I've done harder things, which is crazy to say. Not to say that anybody struggling out there, you shouldn't be, because it is not easy. I won't say it's easy at all, but it's like I just got luckily my brain was able, it was like you when you catch it. I think when you catch something in time, it's like sometimes like and I'm not comparing this to cancer or anything like that, but like a something like that. It's like, hey, when you catch it early enough, if you put forth the treatment and effort or whatnot, there's a chance that you can stop it. And that's where we kind of got lucky, man. It was lucky. I won't lie. It's like every now and then it's like, oh man, because I loved whenever it was like not an issue back in the day. I love Guinness. Guinness was just awesome. It sucks because you're like, oh man, I kind of miss that, but and you loosen up, whatever. You loosen up and you have good conversations with people and stuff like that, and you get crazy. But honestly, when it comes down to it, I've learned in 7 years without that stuff, I don't need it. I don't need that to be open. I don't need it to be funny or fun or have a serious conversation like we're doing right now. So, if you know somebody out there, or if you yourself are dealing with that, just know that, you know, it's day by day, one day at a time. And go to the meetings. And if you went to a meeting and it didn't feel right, those meetings should feel like therapy. You should never ever leave therapy or a meeting like that feeling worse. You should never ever do that. So,
That's right. Don't you ever do that.
right.
I back you.
Yep. Good. Just talking about my sobriety.
Oh, that's right. Okay, wonderful.
Welcome. What's up?
Celebration Day.
Yeah, what's up?
Is it cool if I tell you how great it went?
Yeah.
It went so good.
That's
It did
awesome.
not feel like an interview.
You were in there laughing.
Dude, yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Such a good.
Oh, good. 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 Awesome. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it went so good.
Doesn't she look great?
Thanks, guys.
Oh my God. Look at you. Yeah.
It totally really didn't feel like an interview. And honestly, everything that we do that I was used to, it was the same. It was very much like what I'm. He's like, yeah,
Look
we
at
don't.
you. You're buzzing.
I am.
You're buzzing right now. Look at
He
you.
even said, he's like, well, I've had a great time. I'm like, well, me
Yay!
too. Thank you. So you know how we kind of describe the multitude of projects that you can get in as chaos or messy? He's
Yeah.
like, I kind of like to describe it as jazz. I was like, jazz. He's like, it's ever changing, you know?
Oh.
You just go with the flow. I'm like, I'm
Nice.
stealing that one.
Cool.
Stealing it. So yeah,
So he seemed cool.
very cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
This dude has like a profile photo of himself like with Bigfoot, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yes. And
Said
he
your
very
hair
much felt like that.
Christmas
in
said your
person.
hair matches with your shirt.
It does. Thanks.
That's awesome.
Okay, well then I'll go back to watch it in mod, and I just thought I'd share that it was really awesome.
Awesome.
But that also means I might need to drive to Las Colinas 4 days a week.
Yep.
Whee! That'll be fun.
But hey, but if you like the job, you might look forward to the drive. I don't know.
That's right. That's right.
Cool.
Very cool. Love you.
Love you. So when can you expect to hear back?
I'll hear back from Nate probably. He's actually really quick, so
Could be today.
could be today. Could be.
Next
he said
couple
he has
days.
to get in touch with the head of brand,
Mhm.
Marine, because that's like his boss.
Okay.
And which sounds very much Kaylee, Brandon, except our Brandon is very cool, and
Right.
you know
Right.
that
Hierarchy.
he's also very busy and not really around.
Right.
So he's gonna get with her and make sure everything sounds
Cool.
good, and then.
Awesome. Fantastic.
And he
Huh?
told me that. So what I'd heard is that the interview was for a short-term position, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody's on med leave. Well, another guy just put in saying that they're heading out, so
Oh,
could have long-term potential.
man.
We'll see.
It'd be awesome if they could give you a little more remote time.
Yeah,
A few more remote days
Yeah.
would be great, but
a little extra pay.
that's
I'll take
also
it.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay, love you, babe.
Love you. Congrats. Wow. How about that, man? Freaking awesome, man. We said today was going to be a good day. It's a good thing, too, because, dude, because today started off rough today. I got up and I walked in there, and Arthur, we have to put Arthur in a diaper because since Arthur and Loki have diabetes, I don't know how, man. I don't know. It's got to be, they only get their food through us. And we tried to give them the best stuff we could, especially when we had jobs and stuff like that. We're trying to feed our dogs the best we could. And I'm sure we spoiled them a bit, but it got to the point where both of them had diabetes. I'm like, oh my God. So both the dogs have to have shots. They get 2 shots each a day. So in the morning, we give them a shot. And then at night, we give them a shot of like their insulin. But with that, and also Arthur's getting older too. He's like getting like where he just started peeing. And in the house. And I was like, dude, what is happening? Why are you doing this? He'd like pee on the trash can. Mainly. He at least would stick to the tiled floors, but there's a spot over by the dog food and stuff like that. It's like there's a pantry, right? And then here's our fridge and pantry, and it's like kind of got this nook, and so he'll pee on where the door meets the like hinge, and it can go under into the pantry. And I'm like, dude, so I gotta get down there. I gotta 409 this thing. I gotta clean all that up. And sure enough, this morning I come in here and I look over and I notice that so we got these fabric diapers that we put him in, and then, dude, I don't know how our water bill, like, we're gonna have to get a new washing machine at some point, I know. And I don't even want to think about that right now. So, knock on that official wood. But the diaper was off. He comes walking around. I'm like, where's that at, bud? And I look around. And I look down, and on our rug, we have a rug in the front there where I'm usually at. And I look down, and there is vomit. There's dog vomit. And it's a lot. And you could tell it's where Arthur was laying on the couch, where he like leaned down and was like, yeah. And it was just like the length of my arm and just so much. And then another spot over there. I'm like, Okay, and I already like I woke up late because I haven't been sleeping well for like the last 5 or so days. I just haven't been. I don't know what it is, man. It's been a wild one. Um, but anyway, so I had to clean that up. I clean up the vomit, clean up the dog vomit, and I'm looking around and I hear it. I hear like my shoe like kind of stick on the linoleum a little bit. I'm like, it's like this. I was like, didn't notice anything, and I fed the dogs or whatever. We've got like these big Tupperware kind of things, containers that like have a lock open or whatever. We keep all their food, and they're on wheels and whatnot. So I go there and I look, and as I'm going back to the fridge, I think to get some coffee creamer, I look down and there it is. There's a puddle on that spot right by the pantry, and I open the pantry and there's piss that's all the way in there, and there's like a new bag of cat food, which luckily it's not like a paper that soaks in. It's like I don't know what, it's like a coated whatever the, if you're familiar with pet food bags, this is what it was. And it was like it was under that, and I'm like, oh my god, no. I'm already like looking like late, which is why I started I've been starting all these streams late. I feel like I should like start the streams later at this point. Like it feels like almost like I need to start them at like either 11:30 or noon, and just run a little longer because I'm like, gosh, or get my ass up earlier in the morning. There's this kid who just drives his damn dirt bike all the time, all the time on the street. Which I'm not the old man that's like, you need to stop that, but it's just like I hear it and I'm like, there goes dirt bike kid. There went dirt bike kid. So anyway, there's some news for you guys. I know this has been a little kind of a different feeling here. It's kind of like what a lot of us used to do in the group. My buddy Chrisman being one of them here, and Esteban, Johnny. We used to do these chats a lot, which I'd like to do those again with you guys. They're just private chats where we hop in and just talk like this. Only there's four of us. Um, there's some things that I'd consider like bringing back. Like I know like the CREWMARU podcast, because now when I look at things like, and this kind of goes back, I get sidetracked a lot. You guys know that, but I was I was talking about like doing the streams or whatnot, and how my job at the time was like, you're putting in already 8+ hours a day, and you come home and you got to do this stuff again. And as much as you love and enjoy it, and the feeling I get from doing it, and the feeling I get when I got an email the other day that was like, hey man, I just got Zartan back in, and he's like, brand new. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. And I'm like, yep, this is, and I replied back, I go, that response is why I do this. That's why I still do it. And for those of you who followed me as the toy canic for all these decades now, man, it's nuts. I love this stuff, man. I love doing it, but there's like this, I have dwindled way down, because it got to that point where, it was always like, it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about money or something like that, or whatnot, because I don't charge a whole lot to do this stuff. But it's weird now that in order to do it, taxes come into play as well. So it's like, you make so much. Not even you make so much. It's like a lot of times you have to like, you got to report everything, especially since I'm on unemployment as well, which is super weird, and it doesn't feel right. It feels, to me, I don't feel right about it. I mean, I need it because we got to pay for our house, and it does, like my unemployment alone. And then keep in mind, man, this old job freaking fired me without cause. Um, and within a month, they laid off Christine because they dissolved her position, which they just literally gave it to somebody else that's related, which sucks, related to the family. No word from these people that treated us like family for 18 years, and so we lost. Luckily, the one saving grace was that they did pay us throughout the end of the year. So I got fired in October, and I was able to they paid me through the end of the year, right? So I got about 2.5 months of pay. They laid her off in November, and she got paid through the end of the year as well. So she only got about a month and a half of pay, of actual, what we were making, what we had earned, what we'd worked so hard for all of these years. We got a little bit of that for the end, and then now, like with the with unemployment, our mortgage just went up, of course, for the house, and I have a student loan, and just my student loan and the house payment, just those are more than what I get paid for unemployment in a month. So it's already gone. Like, thank God we have it right now, but it's like it's already gone. Like, once that happens, it's gone. And she's on it as well, which is why today, finding out that she's getting a potential, and it's a 30-day contract job, but still it extends. What happens then is, if you get that money, it'll extend the unemployment, unless it turns into a full-time thing, then she won't need it anymore, because you only get unemployment for so long, and mine will run out in June. So I think, like, it's so close. It's funny how time goes by so fast. But so trying to do something like this, obviously I know I'm not going to be making enough to pay for my mortgage or my student loans, not yet. It's going to take a long, long, long time. But our big plan right now is we have a second property, which some friends of ours are renting as well, and they're looking for a new place. So once, hopefully, what we're trying to get to is, like, in June, try to prep a little. Hopefully, a little before that, we can get the property, ready to sell. And once we do that, then we can hopefully pay off our house here and my student loan, and then we just got to worry about making enough money to survive, gas, emergencies, dog or pets, and groceries, electricity. Um, it's funny when you think about it, all the things that we spend money on, that we have to spend money on. But anyway, so that's my story right there, why I've decided to also go into streaming, because I've been applying for at least minimum 5 jobs every week, because that's the minimum you have to do for unemployment in Texas, at least. And it's 5 jobs every week, and I've been doing that since January 1st, and I have not had one job. And that, let me tell you, man, when you just get constant, like, oh, we've gone a different direction, which is what they told me, which is triggering now, what they told me when they let me go, when they fired me. All 3 of them came in there, people I've known forever, and they're like, yeah, we're going in a different direction. And it turned out they hired the vice president's tattoo artist. Oh, really? But anyway, it's too much. But yeah, Christine, she just said it. Same. This was her first.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
You sure? That's the way you want to go? But that's the way they want to go. And also, like I said, man, as bitter as you get from that, because it's just not. It's not fun. It's like playing Arc Raiders and getting. You know what? We got ratted. We literally got ratted by our job. We got shot in the back when we thought we trusted people, and they took all our loot.
No, he's sleeping.
Oh, what do I do? Hang on, I want to try something.
Don't even bet. Arthur wants the pet so bad.
Hang on, I wonder if I can do this. Hang on. I want to try this. I'm going to try something. We're going to try something real quick, okay? Let's see if we can do this.
Arthur is so excited. Yeah, aren't you?
Hang on, I want to try something. Since Chrisman just... I'm gonna see if this works. Let's see. All right, hang on. Okay, hang on.
I know, the pets are coming.
Hang on.
Yes!
think it... Hang on. Is that working for you guys? Can you see that?
Yeah, that looks great.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Hey, where are you going? Come here. Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? That really picked up. He doesn't understand he's going through like
I think it's a little funny because
he can hear it. He can hear
he can
himself.
hear himself barking. Come here, baby.
All right. Oh, I want to see if like you won't be able to hear me, but I want to see how far. Christine, keep an eye on that. I want to see how far this goes.
Oh, it just cut. Right when you opened the door, it cut. Hey, babe. It cut when you opened the door. It did? Yeah.
It's pretty cool though. Oh, sorry. All right, let's go back.
Oh, you can hear it.
Awesome. Yeah. It just froze. Woo. Wow. So we can go like almost all the way through the house. It's freaking crazy. Well, there you go, Chrisman. Thanks. Thanks for letting me try that out. There's also something else I want to try out in just a second. Give me a second. Let's take a break real quick. It's 12:50. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. There's something else I want to try. Yeah. All right. Be right back.
Breaks are boring, so I thought I'd come hang out with y'all. What are y'all doing? Tell me what y'all are up to. What's your day looking like? Hi. Thanks, I'm so excited. I mean, I don't love the idea of driving to Las Colinas 4 days a week. But the guy was really nice, so it looks like it won't be too outside of my comfort zone. Lunch break, hell yeah. Food sounds like a good idea, but I didn't eat that long ago. We woke up late. Currently looking at 2 new figures I've got today. Oh, what are they? Maybe I can look them up. What'd you get? Maybe Bill was already looking them up.
Oh, you're chatting.
Yeah.
How cool.
I'm editing a video for a dial. Let's go, Clayton. Let's go. Man, me and Bill were just talking about that last night. How awesome. I know how chaotically busy your life is, and you don't let any of it stop you. That's amazing. One's it's HF Common Rider. Saber. 2 forms of the same rider. Gotcha. All right. I'm gonna Google. I know common riders. I mean, I've heard it. Saber. Give me the goods. Oh. Okay. No, I don't want a link. Just show me some photos. Oh. Dude, that looks dope. Holy shit. Oh, that's got to be exciting. Oh, I wonder, can I share this? Sorry, I'm not normally the one on the screen. I'm so smart. Yeah, look how cool. What? Let's see, is this same thing? Oh my gosh. Dude, that's dope. Yeah, that's got to be exciting. Oh. I'm not on my computer, forgot. You see where we're at? Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be dope. Yeah, Bill always loves getting the soft goods. He's so over the rubber pieces. So over it. Oh, how neat. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work in the background. Obviously, we got some new alerts today. Bill worked on them yesterday. Very proud of him for figuring out the back end, how it works. It's really funny. I was the other night working on the stream, like the hardware side, and so I was like, let me just figure out how the hardware part works. And then yesterday Bill was like, let me figure out how the back end works. I'm like, look at us, so awesome. Okay, bye guys.
What the hell is that?
Oh, it's a common writer.
Was Chrisman telling you about this stuff?
Yeah.
Yep. Loki's outside.
He got 2 of them. I only looked up one of them because it sounded cool.
All right, they are cool actually. I had one.
I I recognized.
I bought
Common
one.
Rider,
Darius.
That's where it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He's the one that, and I remember he's like, get one. Just find one, and I found one, and I bought it, and I got rid of it, and I regret getting rid of it because I was like, oh man, that'd be cool, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've got so much room to put one up.
You probably are missing the common writer. When you look at here, you're like, man, where is the common writer? You know.
There's no common writer. There is a common theme. Harder. Harder.
Hey, but we're working on lots of really cool and awesome stuff, so
Yeah, we are.
it makes up for it. I'm gonna work on the Discord a little bit more today.
Oh, cool.
Getting it all set up so that we can actually start inviting people to it.
Okay, cool. Loki's outside right now.
Don't let your repeated and crushing defeats get you down, old chum.
It's gonna be the most used. I told you it was good.
It was such
Oh,
a
they
good
used
idea.
a Spike did the rage, and yeah, that's the first time I've seen the Pet the Dog one.
Yeah, that's the
I was
first
like,
one.
oh,
It's so great.
oh my God, I saw it.
I want to add that one, but not like the OG one. I want to add yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to
Like
add like
the
the
sticks.
what is it? the oh my God.
I'm gonna go clip it.
All right, let's take a look. All right, Chrisman. Let's see. We looked at one. Word saw. All right. So what else was to see here? Let's see what we got here. Currently looking at 2 new figures I've got today. Editing a video for a Dio, says Figure Father. Awesome. Clayton, is it your Motu? I don't want to give anything away, but is it Motu related? No, it's something new, huh? Brave Star. You're into Brave Star now. You need to stick with something. Stick with one thing, man. I know we can't. One of the original builds on your channel. Another one is Common Rider Saber Primitive Dragon. Let's see. I think I can copy that from right here. Can I like some of the Kamen Rider designs, dude. You know that. You know that. I've even asked you about a few of those, man. Come on now. All right, so what are we looking at? Is it the figure art? It's got to be figure arts, right? What's the best place to find this guy? Here we go. Is this? Let's hop on Amazon. Maybe we can see it here. Right. Is this him? Is this the right guy? Are we looking at the right one here, Chrisman? Yeah. He looks cool. There actually are. I think actually I have some. Hang on. Let me see if I've got. Here, we'll go full screen just in case. I don't want my password showing up. I don't think it will, but we don't want that, do we? Let me see here. We'll go to Amazon. I think I have some saved, unless I. Sometimes I'll get like in a mood, and I'm like, oh, I've got to get rid of all this stuff. I got to get rid of everything, and I don't need to be looking at other things. I feel guilty about it, and so I just go through and I'll wipe out like a whole wish list of things where I'm just silly, being dramatic. Let's see. I wonder if it's in my wish list. I can show off my wish list. You guys can, because my birthday's coming up, so you guys can spend all the money you want on me. Kidding. Wait. Yeah. Oh, Christine, you don't know about Brave Star? Oh, Clayton, she don't know about Brave Star. Yeah, dude. Dude, his horse is dope. They actually, there's a company, I forget what company it was. There's a company making third party versions of them, so they're not, it's not Brave Star. That's probably like Star Brave or something silly like that. No, Anthony, you already did get me a. Oh God, Anthony, you're like the best kind of worst. Is that right? He's the Raphael to my Donatello. Let's see. Oh, these are just random. This is my random wish list. Oh, look at this, Clayton. Here you go. Look at these. Look at these. Still, like race is like unobtainable. It looks like. So my buddy Clayton was actually getting me he got me Johnny and Haji in these figures because I'm a giant Johnny Quest fan and I have no options for Johnny Quest like stuff. There's just nothing. Let's see what we got here. Clayton said, I found someone who takes the figures, the vintage ones, sands down, race golf, and he's been making like all the other figures that they haven't made yet from like the original figures. It's insane. Resculpt, not race golf. Gotcha. Sands down, resculpts. Translating Clayton is actually that's it. There's a segment. You need to pop on every time and tell me something, and I'll be like, ba da da da. Translating Clayton. Your voice to text is broken. It don't know what it's doing anymore, man. You've broken it, bro. You've broken it. I feel like you're nervous talking to it. Like, hi. Look, I don't want to bother you right now, voice to text, but oh man, you want to talk about one high on my list right now too? Like for as far as like there's the Usagi Yojimbo, the Usagi Yojimbo Donatello. This one right here is killing me. This is one that I desperately want. It's my favorite Spider-Man, and it's from the Spider-Verse. Look how good this looks. Oh my God. It's so good. It's so good. It's the best Spider-Man, Ben Reilly. in his best costume. I also like the fact that Anthony can't chime in like with any photos or anything and try to. I know 110. I'm like, what? I know honestly, yeah. I would prefer a Sentinel one. I have the Mafex head. I think it's just like collecting my favorite characters is something that I really enjoy, and I stopped caring. Hell, look at this, man. I even got one from my buddy Ryan, who was on our stream, our Fallout stream. But I've still got this little guy here too, man. Like, I just Ben Riley's the I love Ben Riley, but this costume just means it's a lot. It's just cool, and it's one of my like top five. He's like one of my top five. But it's in this. It's this era. The Scarlet Spider. They did a lot of dumb things, but they do that with our characters, man. There's even moments with Nightcrawler. I'm like, no, no, no. Heading back to work. I'll pop back on. Thanks for showing up, Clayton. We look forward to seeing your stuff. Also, if you guys are just real quick, hang on. Let's see here. Let's see if we can. It's hard to find. He's in. Clayton's got a newer channel right now. Is it Let's see. Is it YouTube.com/ is it figure father or is it at? I know you have to do like ats now. Seems like. Yeah, hang on. We'll put this in the. Do a little plug for my homie in here. There we go. Here we go. So, real quick. Oop, trying to paste. There we go. Who even collects shit from characters they dislike? A lot of people. You know that very well. That people do that. Not saying you do that. But you know that people will buy things like to collect complete a team. You know? And I mean I get it. I get completing the team, but you might not like that guy on that team. But still, they'll collect them. Oh my god, Christmas with Prime, baby. Currently on the 2-month streak. Love it. Thanks, man. Thanks for renewing that, brother. I appreciate it. Every sub we get is a little more money that we get to put into the stream and into, just to help us live. So thank you. We're we're still a baby in this whole situation. We're still going, but yeah, man. Every it's not I want to say, there's that whole that whole every little bit counts, but what you guys aren't giving a little, man. You guys are giving a lot. We appreciate it. It may not feel like a lot. Maybe it does feel like a lot. If it does feel like a lot, don't do that. Don't put yourself in a bad position. But seriously, but yeah, we got lots of time left on the stream today, so I want to try something. Since you guys are awesome, I know you guys are always down for trying out things. Let's see if these guys are even. I think they're. I have a little lavalier here. And I wanted to try and see if I could utilize it on here, which I think would be pretty cool if we could do that. Man, I cannot wait. I want to get a new USB. I want to get a new USB adapter for my laptop. No. No, it's not an itch off. God, Christmas said no sweat off your sack. Not an itch off your sack. That sounds like you got a problem, bro. It's no sweat off my sack. It's a really gross thing to say. It's not a problem. It's just a really gross way to say that. It's a real vulgar way to say it. Crispin, I love you, dude. You're freaking amazing. Crispin, what games you playing right now? I know I usually can check in on the Discord deal, and you look up there and see what games people are playing if they have that option, selected. But what are you playing right now? I'm always interested in the games that you're playing because I know you're not a multiplayer guy. You're usually into, and I know you like quality games as well. So I was wondering what you were playing, and I have a suggestion for a game for you. Oh, I knew you were gonna do it. I knew you were gonna play it. Okay, so how is it? How is it? Because I've watched some. I don't do a lot of reviews. I've only watched two reviews. There's only two reviewers that I trust, and it's Game Ranks, and because I like Falcon, but I think Jake Baldino's doing that, and Jake Baldino's a cool guy, so he's doing the kind of a review before you buy thing, and then there's the Donkey. Donkey just did a video over it, and I was like, I know he's does it in such a loving, funny way, but also, he doesn't hide anything. And I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I know this game's gonna be one of those things where it's probably fun. It's got a lot in it. There it is. Yeah, honest to God, it's clunky. It's very pretty. That's what I thought. I was like, is this all style, no substance, or is it just I take my time with it and feeling myself into it. Yeah, so what I've heard is Jake Baldino said this, and this is crazy, but he's like, the first 8 hours are not good. I was like, ooh, 8 hours. That's a lot. That's a whole weekend almost. You know what I mean? To put that in. But it's I guess it's learning everything and then seeing all of the options. And I was like, just you do this and then hold this and hold LB and you can do this and hold this and just this. And there's a wheel here and there's a wheel here. I'm like, did they do too much? Did they do too much in the game, or did they just I don't know. That's actually what. So Anthony actually sent me a birthday payment, or birthday gift in the form of a PayPal, and he was like, "Go ahead and get Crimson Desert, man." And I was like, "Okay." And then I sat there for a minute. I'm like, "Well, let's wait until this stuff comes out. Let's see, because I don't want to buy a game I don't like, and then be stuck, with that." And I'm like, let's hang on, let's take a look. So yeah, it does look. It looks big. It looks really big. The game looks big, which is neat. But I was like, I don't know if that's gonna be I don't know if that's it, man. I still love Arc Raiders, man. I know a lot of people are getting bored with it and stuff like that, but also there's a lot of people that still love it. I still have a blast. Christine and I played some last night, and we had fun. Had a good time. It's really all you can ask for in a video game. Are you still having fun with it? Yeah, great. But they did a really good job with that game. Incredibly good job. I was wanting to try something here, but I don't know if I can. I don't think this has an audio input on it. I'll have to do this. I might try this some other time then. I can't do it because I don't have enough inputs. Damn it. Yeah, I don't have enough inputs on this thing to actually try this out. I wanted to see if I could hook up I'll try this at some other point. I want to do this for if I'm in here working, in the room, if I'm moving around in the room, I could have a lav on and kind of move around, but I don't have the input for it yet. But we'll get there. Step this over to the side. One thing I do need to do though is complete a repair. So I don't know if any of y'all caught the last repair. I repaired this big Venom here, which he's repaired, which is great. But I'm gonna tighten the biceps. They're good. They're good. But I know that the guy who sent me, he's a sweetheart. But I know that he's gonna. The whole point of these things breaking or the whole reason they broke was because he tried to tighten them. He hasn't quite figured out the super glue method yet. He's had a couple of these things break. In fact, the Moon Knight he sent over also is broken because of trying to tighten joints and whatnot. Also, here's a fun fact, Chrisman. I think you'll like this because I know you're a Revo or you like some of the Revo stuff, but this one in particular deals with and I don't know if you know about this, but it deals with the Moon Knight, right? Let me get this other camera set up. Actually, I guess we already did have that set up, didn't we? We'll do a quick one here. Let me go to table view. There he is. Don't forget, he's on our throne wish list right there. He's only $109. It's too much. Seriously, don't buy that, please. It's on the wish list just because it's fun to put things on wish lists. So expensive. What I need to do is take the birthday money that Anthony gave me and buy myself a new PlayStation controller. Well, the one I've got right now is good. The original one I got, but the other two I got, I need to see if I can fix the tension on them. And then one of them, the audio is all jacked up. I don't know. Hate that. Let's see if we can do table cam. See if we can do this. Properties. So we'll do this. It's going to get weird for a second. That should freeze. That'll lock this one up. Let's bring her around town. We swap here and then to here. And now we should be good to go. Woo. There we go. We'll just try to figure this out, all right? As we go. I just figured it'd be kind of cool to have like a table cam kind of deal here. How did we do this last time? Did we do it like this? Let me move some stuff and I'll show you what I was talking about here in a second. Give me a second. I wasn't prepared for today. I didn't know if I was gonna do any toy repair or what we were gonna do. Give me a second. Let's raise this up a little bit. And then we're gonna go straight down with it. Get this cable out of the way. Luckily I do have this crazy big cable here. Let's just get more stuff out of the way. It's actually one of the beauties things about putting stuff in bags. A lot of times you can just toss it around. Okay. Actually, I think my camera actually might need to flip around for a second here. Oh no, it is already flipped. Cool. Awesome. Great. All right, so check this out, dude. I think you're gonna find this interesting. Let's move this just a little bit like that. Just want it to be nice and even. Oop. Nope. There we go. So, fun little thing here for anybody who's got, the Revo figures or messing with these or wanted to know the difference in a Revo Moon Knight and the KO. Because when I asked Eric when he sent this over to me, and I asked him I even asked him on stream the other day. I was like, is this a KO or is this a, official release? And he's like, that's an official release, So with that said, this here's the KO in my hands that has his legs attached, right? Let's set this over here. Sorry, give me a second. Kind of a mess. Okay. So here's our KO, right? Gosh, that's really bright, isn't it? That's pretty okay. That's pretty okay. Let's see if we can. Awesome. Oh, I love that. All right. So, KO. This right here is the official release. This is the official one. This broke, correct? So what we were doing last time, and this is just held together by super glue right now. But what happened was this little piece right here, he tried to tighten it. And what this is used for is, as you can see right here, an arm actually will plug into here. This is a joint that goes up and down, side to side. And then it plugs in to this guy right here. And also, this whole thing swivels. It's a whole thing. It's just crazy, right? But what I noticed was on the... So this is the official release, right? You see this little... There's like a little... Let's see if we can go any further. Awesome. So there's like a key, right? You see this? Right here. Let's... Where's my other... I want my other screwdriver. I've moved now. I've thrown everything around and I can't find anything. Actually, I'm gonna actually need that screwdriver though. Okay, we'll use this one for right now. Okay, so you see our little this little notch right here. Okay, so that notch fits right here. You can see the little key peg right here, right? So it's a circle, and then there's this little bitty notch right here. So what that does is, after you remove this plate off the side here, that's for the, the side, you can then take this piece, let's see, that goes out like this. You take this out, and you can key this in right here, right? So it keys in here, pops in, and now you've got this, right? So now it can't pop out because of that little keys piece. And then whenever you put the plate on there, you can see that it actually stops it kind of from going to a certain point. Okay, so let me see. Let's get this out. As I was messing with this, I was like, oh, I've got a KO, and I was like, I wonder if there's anything different. And maybe, maybe we can just simply give him, maybe we can just give him this piece, because I spent a lot of time working on this thing, and I don't even know if it's going to fit properly, which we might try that here in a bit to just try to finish this off, because it's a lot of work. And I was like, well, maybe I can just give him mine, because right now this right here is actually doing very well, but we'll have to attach this thing that I've made here.
Oh, somebody get me a glass, because I just found me a tall drink of water.
Thank you, Panda. Appreciate you. Thanks for the drink. All right, so as I was getting to it, when I took apart the KO, I noticed immediately that things were different. So see, in here, in the KO, it's just a peg that popped through in like this kind of a hexagonal kind of, I don't know, like it's, it's like ratcheted, So, and listen to this. Listen to this. I'm going to see, tell me if this picks up on the mic here. So we'll go full screen with this. So see if you guys can hear this. Got to use some grippers here. Well, pliers. Here we go. That's both sides. So that's both sides, right? And to make matters worse, look at the distance here. Look at the distance from here's the best way I could put it. The amount of space in between right here, right? So this is allowed to see how it cleanly swivels back and forth, right? without hitting anything. No obstructions in the way. Now, look at this guy. When we move it, and I actually had to pull these out a bit as far as I could, but here's a good example on this one here. When it goes back, when I didn't have it pulled out, it like stops on oh man, yeah, it just makes me nervous just trying to mess with this. Yeah, and as soon as I said it, Spike, I knew as soon as I said it. You have to pay extra for these, Spike. You gotta pay extra for these babies, these flippers. Stupid. Okay. So anyway, I ran into that, and I was just kind of blown away because I was trying to move. So obviously I took this whole thing apart. I also had to go in and you see like there's peg holes here supposed to be for this. I had to go in and cut these down. Like it's a KO, all right. You know, when you get it, you're not gonna get the complete. You know, some KOs are really great. This is actually a damn good KO. It's just got a couple of issues, so I had to cut these down to make sure that they'll fit back whenever I do put everything back in, and then it might even need like a little bit of like cut some of this piece off right here. Let's see if I can. Yeah, so you can kind of see this is a KO, so it's kind of messy through here. This part actually, I like how this connects very well. This part right here, I ran into like more of an issue with it, but I think it actually fits. It's not too bad. It's not too bad right here. And this is after a good amount of work. Very close up razor blade using, had to drill a hole more in here, had to cut some of this out. But either way, I was like, this is my KO. I can do what I want with it. I won't lie. The joints are very, very, the tension is great in these joints, but this is crazy. This is crazy. So there's that. So there's a whole other part to this whole thing. And definitely notice some, just like it's interesting going through and you can see some of the imperfections and whatnot. I wonder, actually, I'm starting to think that, I think this actually might be my KO chest piece. Let's see. Well, we'll get them mixed up. Send him one and be like, why does the chest paint look a little cakier than normal? You know what I'm saying? There we go. Dang, I thought it was in view or something there, Panda. I used to have some. Where is it? Oh, is that it? Dang it. I do. I have some. What's that called? Shock oil. And it came in, and like the brand literally says, it's like, let me see. Do I have it near me? I bet it's down. So I started putting all like repair materials and tools and stuff like that into another box. But that thing came in. It was like shock oil, and it said super lube on it. I was like, well, if that shows up in the stream, that's gonna be weird. Give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back, okay? Here you go, Panda T. Found it. I wonder, though. Didn't just get that out for the jokes. I wonder if we can use a little bit of this shock oil to... Bro, yeah, straight up. Yeah. I need to put a little cape on it. Well, I would, but it's just... Dude, this stuff gets everywhere, man. A little bit goes forever, it feels like. Forever. You know? Like Squint said. So I guess what we can do here... God, be very careful. That right there was so much. That was way too much. And it was just a little bit. I'll take this here. See what happens here. We're going to try it on both. It's like you don't even have to you don't have to squeeze the tube at all. We'll see if that'll get in there and maybe loosen these joints up a little bit, because good night. Oh, can't see that, can you? Worked. I think on one. Let's see. No wheezing the juice. Yeah, listen. So here's our. Let's see now. It's not nearly as bad. It actually worked. That's awesome. Which is great. Just how long will it last? I don't know how long. I don't work with like RC cars and stuff like that, which is what this stuff is normally used on, as far as at least in the collecting universe here. But that worked. I mean, that worked for now. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how long this stuff takes to I don't know, wear out, dissolve. I'm sure at some point, you know, but maybe with that over time, it'll kind of wear the plastic a little bit more. Maybe. Move you closer to me. Like, come on over here. Come on over. Oop, that was weird. Yeah. Yeah. Working pretty good, man. Works pretty good. All right, cool. But you'll also see, this is what I was talking about. You see how these pieces are starting to, like, I wish I'd focus. I guess we'll keep it here. These pieces, like, they catch. This swivels in. Oh yeah, because look. Now, let's see if it'll focus for me. Oh, I wonder, will this? I wonder if I put this here. Clever, right? That worked. You can see now that since we've moved these, they're starting to protrude right here. This piece. And earlier, what we had done is what I got to do is this, basically. So I got to grip from the inside here, and then get this piece on the outer side of this peg. So here's my essentially a fulcrum almost. And that will move this piece out. So now when we move it, it doesn't catch on the this plastic chunk up here. God, it's so hard to grip. Yeah, look at that. It's already starting to come back in. What I want to do, what I need to do, is I want to take this out, but I don't know how to get it out of there without breaking it. You would think you'd be able to maybe... Damn. Maybe the shock oil... Maybe since we've added the shock oil, it'll allow me to get a better grip on this and pop this out like so. But I don't want to break it. You know what I mean? That's the last thing I want. And I'm worried that trying to do this, it's just going to break. It's all about finding the... Got it. The shock oil did it. Panda! You have no idea how much you have helped. You have no idea. It just helped me get all the stuff off there. I'm always glad you guys showed up, but man, I'm glad that you guys aren't shy and that you like to type and chat, because you just helped me get that whole thing off of there. Dude, it doesn't... What's crazy, though, it doesn't look like there's even like a... I thought there was going to be... How strange. I honestly thought there was going to be like... The end was going to be like a little wider, you know? That's what would be keeping them on, but it looks like they... What the heck? So there's literally nothing that was keeping those on but like tension. Which also means there's nothing that stops it from going further in, and could potentially, the way I see that, it could potentially stop, you know, this functionality here. Oop, let me get my wood plank back in here. That thing's pretty nice, actually. Get some of that in here. What we got there? Got some schmutz. Got some schmutz on me. Could potentially, yeah, stop this from doing its thing, right? Because if that piece of plastic, this one right here, maybe this is what holds it in. Because it keeps it to a certain degree. So maybe we'll put that back on and put that on. But anyway, that's fixing just my figure. It turned into a whole thing there. But yeah, that's really cool. Dang. Yeah, these weird little ratchet joints compared to the original. You know? See that these have like the ratchet joint in them. Just like that little... And then this one only has like the key. So I think you're right. I think this side plate would, but it did, even before that, it felt like, since it's a KO too, I don't think the proportions are all correct. So it kind of mooshes it in a little bit more. But either way, I'm really glad we got that out of there. Because now what I'm gonna do now, what I'll do with mine, and not right now, but what we'll do with mine is we'll sand these down a little bit, because they're just too tight. They're too snug. And even with the shock oil, like I said, the shock oil is going to wear off over time. And so what we can do is we can take, let's see what we got here. I'm trying to see if I've got like, I don't really have like I think a sanding bit that big, or that's going to be that perfect size. I don't really want to use a rounded one. What I was thinking about was something along these lines here. is this little grinder right here. See? And then we could potentially put it on a super low setting and just kind of let it go around. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I'd rather have like a smaller, I'd rather have a smaller sanding bit like this, only way smaller. And so, and I don't know if I've got something like that in here or not. Or if it's gonna, a lot of my tools, man, are worn down as well. As I had to recently, I actually recently bought some new sanding bits, but I didn't think about buying sanding bits that were gonna be like used for that small. I don't know if I have any that are that small. I don't even know where I put them. I know they came. I think they came in like a box or something, like a little cardboard box somewhere. But anyway, that's for my personal job right there. I just wanted to. I can't believe we actually. I can't believe that just worked. Panda, let's go, man. Thank you for the. I know you were joking around too. You're like, oh, the shock oil still haunts you. I'm like, let's find the shock oil and see. And then I was like, well, let's try it. Why not? Why not try it out? And sure enough, boom, worked. All right, so we'll go ahead and put our pieces in here. Pieces in a bag. And we'll take Mr. Spectre here. Don't know if let's see. I've got all sorts of bags and sizes of bags and all that stuff right down here. Came in here the other night because I wanted to get some, I don't know, just felt like I needed some collector room time, so I did that. Let's see if we can. There we go. These parts in here. I think I know where are the other parts at? Let's see. Here's a cape. And this one's my cape. And I should have a big old, there we go. Here we go. Oh, we already had a bag for it. This is all the pieces to them. Putting little individual bags. Make sure we don't lose anything. I wanted to make a version of Moon Knight where he had like the black and white, but I was gonna use maybe I know, man, the baggies are amazing, aren't they? I was gonna use I've got a KO Agent Venom that my buddy Anthony gave me, but honestly, the figure's just kind of cool. I'd rather make like a Punisher out of this guy or something. I don't know. He's just really. This is a solid KO. This thing's crazy. He also comes with like this, like, I've got all these the symbiote tentacle things, which I'm like, eh. I was like, I don't really need this stuff, but each one has, like, each one of these has at least one joint in them as well. So that's, you want to talk about, if you're looking for a way to find yourself some replacement black joints, buy this KO, because oh my gosh, the amount of stuff that you get with it is crazy. I'm not sure which one this is. I don't know, but either way. And then there's also like this, I don't know where this came from, if this comes with it or not, but it's like this awesome like creepy Venom head. So some guns. Comes with a bunch of hands. So you get these hands, little weird tentacle hands, symbiote hands. So pretty nice. On the original, that head is exclusive. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, either way, really good. It's honestly just a solid figure as is. in my opinion. But also, you get all this cool stuff with it. I don't even know if all this is going to fit in this bag. I think I need a bigger bag for this. We're going to need a bigger bag. But yeah. So I can move all some of these joints over here. So yeah, the thing I was working on last time on our last repair stream was the, like I said, this guy here. And what we did, let's see, we'll zoom in here. I guess we're just gonna have to keep this little wooden plank around. This thing's awesome. Trying to figure out how to work with it. Here we go. Nice. So I had taken a large piece of plastic. There was like it looked like a big, like ball peg for a neck, and I completely made this shape out of it. It was insane, but I ended up kind of miscalculating a bit. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I think this needed to go out like more like this than this. But I think we might still be able to use it. We might still be able to use this thing here. Just printed the head and painted it. Sculpt looks rather similar. Yeah, it might, man. Especially when with somebody with your talents, that's not a big deal, you know. Print the head, paint it up, done deal. And this is like, the tension on this is so good. I'm actually very proud of this. One thing I did need to do though, so I can actually pop that guy out too. It's really good. I need to I need to make this a little deeper so this guy can actually fit in all the way properly. It's right now, it doesn't have the same depth in the top. So maybe we'll go and do that now. Sound good? Sound good. Oh, you know what? Damn, this would have been perfect. I didn't think about using this guy. Look at this. Man, just, that's going to do it. That's exactly what we need. Awesome. Let's move this guy over here. Yep. I was actually using this the other day. All right. Let's go ahead and get our piece in here. How is that out of focus? Like, there you go. Figure it out. What are you doing, man? Although it's also it's slanted, so that's not good. I don't want it at an incline. Let's move some of these out of the way. There we go. I always use these bigger pliers as well for my tightening the, what is it, our drill bits in. Make sure they're nice and secure. We'll go down to 10 with this thing maybe. All right, so watch your ears. Here we go. Let's go ahead and give this a nice, let's see, what are we gonna do? Maybe from right here. We're gonna have to move this because I won't want you guys missing it. You know how this works. There we go, that's pretty good. I'm gonna go in like here. Just for a bit. Might actually turn up the speed on this. There we go. Alright, let's see how that did. Looks like we got a nice little concave drilling in there. I'm trying to see where I put my... It might be time for a new razor blade anyway. Nope. There's always one hidden around here. Here we go. Oh, the Dremel. She can jump. There's nothing worse than when the Dremel jumps. My grandfather had a damn bandsaw jump on him multiple times in his life. I was even at lunch with him one day whenever it happened. He came running, like just, he was speed walking through the house. And we're in there eating, having lunch. And I just see him like walk by. And Christine was like, I go, something's wrong. And sure enough, bandsaw caught his finger. He was like, oh, I was just going to see if I had a Band-Aid. I'm like, a Band-Aid? I was like, dude, he's turning white. Just. All right. Oop. Let's see here. Do. Do. Beta allow. We'll post. Oh, sorry. I'm checking on bots there. Let's see what we got. Modded 2 of my Riddlers, so they're dragon head shaped shoulder plate riders. Sorry, modded 2 of my riders, so their dragon head shaped shoulder plate had a better joint, so it could move out of the way better. It took my sweet time not to Dremel away too much, and that is so important. That's why the impossible just takes a little longer. It's smarter. Arthur's out there getting in trouble. That dog is about to get in trouble. There's a dog next door, a little Dachshund, and Arthur's got to let him know that he's in his yard, you know. I guess it doesn't matter if it fits flush or not, as long as it's like in the right area, but I want it to fit a little more, I kind of want it to fit a little more flush. Let's see, how's this one look? Okay, so this one's got a little bit of room in there, but I think this one is way up. Yeah, I can't tell if it, and I don't know if it's got any more room to move. Maybe that's the problem we're having. In the end, I jumped like a kiddo when it worked. I bet you did, dude. There's nothing better. There's not a better feeling than, you know, successfully, you know, altering a figure that, like, you know, and then you're like, oh, dude, I did this. Like, I changed this. I wanted this to work better. And you do it, and it's successful. You know, you took your time, especially when you take your time. Okay. So we're going to swap out. I think we did enough depth on this thing, but I feel like what's happening right now is that the peg can't go any deeper due to the, I think the very end of the hole that I drilled. I don't think I drilled deep enough in here, and that's okay. So we're gonna try to do that. There's nothing worse too than whenever you put hours, like this happens to me often, but it's like I'll put hours of work into something to where I'm just like, all right, man, put a lot of hours into this, and it's just like I adjusted a little more, and probably shouldn't have done that, and oh, let's see, let's go all the way through here. Let's see if we just messed up all of that work we did. But, because the tension on this was really good, and it was secure, which I really liked. But, if the peg's not going all the way through here, that's a problem. Billy, I've had such a shitty and exhausted day today, and I really needed you right now by just relaxing and watching your stream. Thank you, Panda. Thank you. That's really nice. That's very, very, very kind of you, and I'm glad. I was able to do that, man. You know what? You know what, Panda? You might have missed this because you came in here later in the stream. I had a really crappy start to my day today, and it's just since I started this stream, it has gotten better and better and better and better. And the fact that you decided to show up today, you helped me. You helped me. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Spike had to even out the positivity with a bunch of thumbs down. Thanks, Spike. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. We do need that. We can't get too crazy in here. But yeah, Panda, you showed up and oh my god, this. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh my god, we did it. Watch this. Look at this. Look at the flush. Look at the flushness. You see? Panda, you brought, look at this. You manifested all this positivity. Oh. And you know what happened too whenever it went in? It goes, it's like, yes. Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, man. Where's our Luigi, bro? Oh, right?
Mario. Mario.
That's my best Luigi. It's the best Luigi you're gonna get. Oh man, from me, dude. Beauty. Oh man, that's freaking perfect. Sorry about that. That was probably really rude to clap like that. You like that, Panda? You like my Luigi? Awesome. Awesome. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to take this thing out of here. Maybe I don't think I have to. Ah, geez. We all had a rough Monday, but now it's getting better, so that's a nice feeling. Yeah. Deadass sounds exactly like Luigi. That's awesome. That's awesome. I got a few impression tricks up my sleeve, I guess. That's pretty cool. Man. All right. So now that we've got sheesh. Now that this is in there, we need to find a way to essentially attach this here. The whole point of me doing this like with this extra piece here was so that it would we could just kind of drill a hole in here and make that work. But now, we're kind of at a funny spot right here, because I remember when this broke, I've actually super glued it since this broke. I want to say this piece right here broke off, and that really sucks that broke off, because it looks, like I said, it looks like a little like a like a vat, where all the molten melted metal just pours out, right? But it's also got, like, you can see this dip right here. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. Because the size and the shape here are pretty good. As far as, like, for the bucket, I'd say, like, let's see. It's pretty good. It's just, I don't think I left enough room to the side here, but we're gonna have to figure that out. So I'm guessing my best thought that I had for this was I'm gonna kind of slowly kind of cut some of this away, just a little bit. I guess we could actually take off what broke, because we don't want to use any of that stuff anyway. So we're gonna do this. And that's why super glue doesn't just hold these repairs. For any of you non-believers out there that think that super glue is going to do the job, especially on something where it's constantly being moved and no. Ain't doing it. All right, so now, and this is a cool thing too. We have like all this we have this extra little bit of plastic here. Like I said, I wish we still had this piece right here, just so we could have just slotted it in, right? But we don't have that, so we gotta work it around, right? We gotta figure a way to make this work. And I'm thinking, let's see if this. I don't know if I can actually cut this since it's hard plastic. I don't know if it's gonna cut with a razor blade. And right, you should always cut away from yourself, but you know, here we are. In fact, what we're gonna do, since we don't need this anymore, take that off, and what we can do is we're gonna sand down a bit of this, right? I'm gonna go and sand some of this down. So we're gonna attach our sanding bit. This is an old sanding bit, I think. This looks like an old sanding bit. Hang on. What do we got here? Actually, you know what? This little guy, we'll try this guy out. One I really like, this one right here. This thing is crazy. It's so good. You know what? Maybe we'll just use that. I was going to just try to cut this thing flat, which we can do, but this little sanding bit right here is a monster. And it works so well for cutting out grooves. A little groovy cutter. So we're going to drop the speed down for sure, because we don't need a lot going into here. Alright, see if this looks good on camera. Let's move our... That was pretty good. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to start by sanding down this part right here. We're going to try to sand this flat. Just a little bit. We want this thing gone. We want this little tab that's essentially here gone. And since this thing kind of has like this sharp cutting edge, what I'm trying to do is kind of slowly pull towards us. Let's up that speed a little bit. We can kind of come in from the side. Get some of this junk out of here that broke off originally. So yeah, that's kind of what I predicted at the beginning. We are gonna. I imagine we will use this, but I need to sand this thing flat. So we're gonna need to use a bigger sanding bit that we can just cut out some plastic. We'll get rid of that first, and this will be quicker. Here we go. That look good? Yeah. And to be a little smarter with things. Sorry, sometimes get too excited. All right, looking pretty good right there. Nice flat end on that. And we're gonna take off this as well. That little bucket piece, we're gonna flatten that out. And luckily we've got a little hoop here on the end that we can hold on to. That makes this way easier. Very convenient. Alright, looking pretty good here. We'll sand down some of this area as well. Like I said, this is where our like kind of bucket piece is gonna go. Just gonna sand some of this down. And then we're gonna use our cutter here in a second to kind of cut out a piece for us. Trying to keep the integrity of this little piece right here that we've had for our, like I said, those little hinge looking plastics. Alright, let's not get too crazy. Slow it down. You know, of them little sanding machines you hold like a Dremel, flat sanding. I've been thinking about getting such thing. Little sanding machines you hold like a Dremel. I don't. I'm sure I know what you're talking about, but can't think of it right now. Oh, tell you what. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Take a break. Grab yourself a drink. Grab yourself a little snack. had a snack, but I do need to drink some water. Yeah, you gotta go hydrate, bud. You told me to hydrate at the beginning when you showed up. Now you gotta take your own advice.
That is so fucking good.
Yes. Have some water too. All right. Okay. This is like the moment of like, you get to that point of like no return, right? So we're gonna make sure. Hang on just a second. Whew. Sorry about that, y'all. Right. Some different gloves. Are Marvel, is Hasbro able to do the Marvel Rival stuff? Is that a thing?
You sure about that? You sure about that?
I mean, are they gonna make that? 'Cause I did see some, what is it? I know, like you said, Blockies is doing some of the Marvel Rivals, which their scales are all over the place. It's the leaked listing for Q2 of 2020. Really? Yeah, I'm about to say, I gotta see that to believe it too. But I did notice that there's some Marvel Rivals like statues. I saw like what was it? Who'd they do? Was it Venom and Hulk? I saw those at actually at Walmart. In the kind of near the where the NECA stuff and the video games and whatnot, electronics would be. But I'd be interested. I would buy. I don't play Marvel Rivals. It's not for me. I used to play Overwatch. And it feels so much like that, and I'm just like kind of not into that anymore. So, but I do like the designs. I'd love to get the Doctor Strange. That'd be so cool. The Doctor Strange is awesome. I love that design. So designs are really cool in the game. I like the style too. Big old chunky. It's like playing. It's like if Ed McGuinness was just like designing video games. It feels like. Okay. Cutting away a bit. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'm trying to gauge. Actually, you know what? I might be able to use my my KO as reference. Where are you? You know? Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I need one of these solid pieces that haven't been tampered with. Try not to get any of that shock oil on me though. Okay, set this off to the side. Probably gonna need that. Here's our piece. Here's this. All right, and it's close enough to the original that I can, you know, figure that out. All right, cool. This is actually the same one as well. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Ooh, it's interesting too, like how this works. Let me see if I can use. Yeah, nice. Won't drop it as much. But like this angled piece right here doesn't go just straight up. It actually kind of goes at just the smallest angle. Oh, this whole thing's a weird piece. So we want this to stay as well at its weird angle. And we want to make sure that we're getting this piece in like so. Yeah, it's got to fit right in there. Okay, so now we're going to need a way to kind of do a little at a time here. Yeah, Spider's cool. I think Winter Soldier's cool looking. They get a cool look to him in the game. Let's see what we got going on here. This is going to be, I think this piece is going to be too big. Yeah. We don't want that. We don't want it too big. You know? Got to find that Goldilocks Dremel bit. That's just right. If we have one. Like I said, I've got like a bunch of like really good bits, but most of them now are so worn down. I need new. Yeah, Rocket looks. I think Rocket and Groot look great in the game, but man, the blockies Rocket is. Sheesh. That's a big boy. Wish they would have kept the scales, you know, in scale with each other. I understand, like, if you got to swap around in different games and stuff like that, which is a little crazy, but or different lines, but you know, keep your line in scale at least. Would be nice. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So we need to essentially Dremel down. Kind of like here. carefully. Go at this slight angle here. Probably gonna actually have to dribble down fairly deeper, a little deeper into this guy, because we want to make sure that this whole thing's gonna fit. So far, got a good start going. That's a pretty good start. Maybe it's a good pocket. No, no pocket rock. No, 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 Chrisman. No, no, no. Yeah, it's not for me. You know, the game's not for me, but it does. I get it. I get the appeal, for sure. Um, yeah, got the Mr. Knight skin just to never touch the game again. Yeah, the character selection is cool. I imagine if Nightcrawler showed up, I'd probably jump in again just to play as him, because it's freaking Nightcrawler. But and I played as Thor for a while, which was all right. But it just once again, man, I don't know. It's such a I don't know what it is, man. I don't. It's for me personally, it's monotonous. It's just like the mechanics, you know, of the game. It's just hold trigger. It's like bop, 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 bop. All right, chunky run, chunky run, chunky run. Bop, bop, dead. Go back. Start over. Wait. Start over. All right, all the way back. Take out the team. Escort the payload. Rinse, repeat. I'm like, it's just not. I know there's a lot more to it than that, but that's how, unfortunately, how my ape brain perceives it. But again, not all games are for everyone, so that's the beauty. That's the beauty of individuality and gaming. And Arc Raiders has me, you know, so that's I haven't played that game in like I haven't played a game like that in just so long. It's awesome to have something that feels fresh for me, you know. And there's something very, very, very special about that game. They definitely have something going on there where, you know, I don't know. It does encourage people to talk. I mean, it does suck to get like, you know, that just a ton of people are choosing to play as a not nice person, but that's how it goes. And then if you call them out on it, they're like, "Well, quit crying about it." I'm like, that's a really great way to address the situation. Thanks. All right, Chrisman. All right, what do we got here? So we want this guy to extend out. We want this to extend out this way, right? Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything, I don't think there's going to be any of this to hold on to at this point. I really don't. What I'm hoping maybe I can do is maybe we can cut a little bit of this off here. See what else we got to work with. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot, but even a little bit of this, if it could fit into the original factory apart would be really nice. Like I said, so we've got to have this at an angle. And maybe we could drill straight down into here. I think we can. We could drill straight down into this, and maybe even if some of this is like loosely hanging on, because this is kind of a softer plastic here as well. It'd be great to have a little bit of it, of the fact of, you know, just the original connected piece inside. I'm going to cut away a little bit more of this. Because even having that little bit of extra leverage and anchor, I should say. Slowly, carefully cut into here. Okay. That's nice. Alright, so we've got this big chunk here. And we want it to fit. Essentially want some of this to slide in there. I don't know how much of that we're going to get. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Let's check our sizes here again. It looks like we could actually cut some of this off as well. I feel like this goes in a little deeper, but I don't know if that's gonna matter. It might. It might matter. Oh boy. We're gonna have to really cut a lot of this down. It's gonna just be a sliver of this that we can utilize to perhaps, you know, make it an anchor piece that's gonna slide in there, you know. Because if I have some form of motivation, I'll play the game tomorrow. Yeah, I understand that. You gotta find that. You gotta find that motivation, man. Sometimes it's hard to find. Let's shave some of this off here. We're gonna shave a bit of this off. Ooh, we gotta be careful. This is gonna try to jump on us. And while we're at it, let's try to shave some of this down too. Try to keep some of this intact. I don't think this is the right part for the job here. Also, my day did get a little better. My 7.5 Mafex Comic Spidey reissue has arrived in my country yesterday, and it arrived at the post office in 2 days. Oh, that's awesome. Man, gosh, you know, dealing with customs, whew. That pause. I actually, not too long, a couple months ago, I actually, I had pre-ordered for, it was a long time ago, but I pre-ordered an Obi-Wan Kenobi that I was really excited about getting because I wanted to turn it into a Mythos Obi-Wan. It was a Figure Arts, I believe, and I got it from Ami Ami, and it shipped, and it was just taking forever. It took them forever to ship anyway, because they're on EMS, and then when it finally did ship, it was like another month, and then nothing, and then all of a sudden, like, the tracking stops moving, and sure enough, it got lost. I got refunded, but it got lost, and I was like, well, and since then, you know, since obviously I don't have a job right now, I'm not buying any expensive figures. I'm not buying hardly anything, and so I had to let all my other pre-orders go. I was pretty sad the other day. I got the email yesterday that my pre-order for Mafex Rogue is gone now, and I was like, damn, it's the first X-Men I've missed. That's the one I did want that one to go with my Gambit, but Marvel Legends one is good enough, so that's how that goes. I'd rather have all the video game versions too, but I mean, Rogue and Gambit are, come on, man, Rogue is awesome. Rogue is a cool character, straight up. But it's plastic, it's toys. You can always get them later. They're just things. They're just little things. Ooh, that's why we wear gloves. Ooh, boy. If you guys saw that, you see that jump? Came right up my... Yeah, it's alright though. Ain't no worries, man. I'm gonna kind of try to shape this essentially in like a spike shape, like a bit of a V. That way we can kind of slide this in as like a tab, as like an anchor. So we're gonna just kind of shave a little more of this off, because the end game for this is to hopefully, like I said, use this little piece as a tab, and then we'll glue it in, and it'll keep our little bucket piece here anchored. And that's what we want, because there is going to be a lot of movement on this guy. So I don't want it to like tear, and I don't think it'll tear the tab away, because the tab is just there to hold, just to add a little bit of extra security. And now I'm going to try and see if I can't shorten maybe the bottom here. So it looked like it might be just a little long. You could probably always just shave the top down, but I like where this thing's fitting right now. And if we have to shave down like the bottom of this peg a little bit to make sure, you know, it doesn't jut out too much, I'd rather do that, because we know already that it fits really well. And that's awesome. Keep shaving this down a little bit. There we go. Alright. That's looking pretty good, I think. We're going to shave this down, like I said, around the edges just a little more. Gives a little more room to fit this guy in to that factory piece, because I don't know, remaking that factory piece would be insane. I don't that's something I don't want to do. Alright, let's just keep on shaving it down a bit. Oh, it's getting a little fat on this side here, so we gotta, it's always good to kind of take another look from a different angle. You never know. Which I think we should do with everything in our lives, but alright, let's sorry for no conversation right now. I'm trying to concentrate on this thing, as it's getting pretty thin. This is that 0 hour moment where it's like you don't want to mess anything up, because as we know, we put hours into this. What we don't want is to put more hours after that. We don't want to undo all of our hard work. Alright. Whew. Oh, man. Here, because Japan is kind of close to your... Romania. I thought you were from Romania. It's awesome. I thought we remembered that correctly. I was telling Christine about that the other day. Japan is sort of close to my country, Romania. I got here pretty quickly, surprisingly. So I guess that's a benefit for staying in the EU, like in general. Yeah. I think a lot of like collectors don't understand like how things are like for other countries like that, man. We take a lot of things for granted like that. I mean, you think like waiting a couple days over here sucks for like a figure or whatever, but man, some people they can't even go. They don't even have stores that carry these things, dude. There's a new toy store that actually opened up near my buddy Anthony, and I'd like to do kind of a live walkthrough stream in this place if the I'd check with the company, see if they'd allow me to do that. But apparently they've got Mythic Legions and one of the best toy lines ever made, Plunderlings. They've got Plunderlings there. I want to go see them. I want those new frogs, man. The new frogs look so cool. They are awesome. I want to take the little the purple and green one. I want to take all of his gear and put it on the orange and teal one. Where's this place at? It's near Anthony. I'm not sure, but yeah, they've got Plunderlings there, and they've got Mythic Legions apparently. He says like a new toy place that just opened up near him. So I want to go there and do like a live viewing. I haven't seen Ant in a while either, so it'd be kind of another good reason to just go hang out and see it. Yeah, kind of like just like a live walkthrough. If they'll let me do that, I'd love to do that. It'd be fun as hell. I'll have to message them or give them a call, see what they think, if they'd be all right with that. Okay, we've got a good amount of this got cut away. Happy where this is. This is looking good. Our little tab piece is looking really good, I think. We're going to cut it down just a little bit. Make sure it's nice and smooth, so when we do go to insert this guy, we won't have any problems. Just going to cut off just a little bit here. We're going to try to work our way outwards with the razor blade instead of towards it, because I don't want to like cut a little nick in it and it cause it to start tearing. You know, it's the last thing we want. I don't want to go too far with the razor blade because we don't want to cut too close here. All right. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good here. Scrape a little bit of this away. Get some of this excess plastic. Nice. Maybe I'll go over there for like my birthday or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'll move back there. Where were you? Hopefully go to Spain this summer. I used to live there as well, and it was pretty nice. I'll move back there once my mom enters retirement in like 10 to 11 years. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Spain. That was a beautiful country. For sure. Alright, so see, so we've got this little spike thing piece right here that we've made. And so what I'm hoping we can do is we'll be able to drill a hole through here and be able to basically allow that to anchor some of our joint in here, and also keep it at the right angle that we want it to be at. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we're working with here. Trying to just measure out. Here we go. Let's do this. Keep these things straight, at least close to each other. Maybe not straight, seeing that they're these are the most awkward shaped pieces. Okay. And we want this to dip out this way. So here we're gonna push this to the side here. Okay. And I wonder. Nope, it's gotta go this way. Right? God. It's so weird. Like the angles are so subtle. I don't know what it is, man. My brain just starts kind of. Okay, yeah. That's it. That's it. Okay. So yeah, well, I guess what we'll need to do here is kind of. Oh, the rent prices are bad, huh? Yeesh. Well, that's about right, man. You gotta find. There's always like a trade-off, right? It's like I want to move to Canada, but whew, the cost of living is crazy, but also free healthcare. So it's amazing, and that's not like just pulling things out of my butt there. We got a friend who lives there, old Miss Slaughters, who we follow her channel and become pretty quick friends with her, actually. She's really, really cool. But yeah, she's over in Canada. And she's telling us about rental prices and all that stuff over there. I was like, man. I can hear my neighbor outside. Trying to get this thing tightened in here. That's always the risk you run with like these tiny drill bits here. You want to make sure that they're in correctly, because a lot can go wrong in these like grooves of these keyless chucks. You got to make sure that it's nice and straight, because if not, if it's at an angle, it'll wobble and it's going to cut away at stuff that you do not want it to cut away at. So we'll lower this down here. I'm going to go ahead and drill in a little bit. Let's make sure we drill in to the close to the correct angle. I'm probably going to have to just go straight down. I don't think I really have an option at this point. Any other options? Yep, we're going to have to go straight down here. I'm just going to kind of hollow out some of this area right here. Carefully. We're just letting it do its own work here for us. Kind of laying it on the plastic to allow it to make a little groove. Applying just a little bit of pressure. So see, now we're starting to go in. See if we can't go a little bit further. Now we're going to go straight in. Carefully though. We don't want to sit there and just hold on that plastic for too long. We could start melting, and other issues can occur. We also don't want to press too hard, you know, and go rant all the way through. Which, if you do, that's okay. But I also made sure that I wasn't going to go all the way through to the point where, like, you know, you stab your finger with it. We're pushing this in here, letting it kind of slowly grind away, and then applying just a little bit of pressure. And I imagine we're getting fairly close to, you know, going all the way through to this side here, which we don't need to do. We don't actually have to do that. But if we do, it's not a problem, because we can go back in. We can actually go in and sand anything down that's, you know, giving us any problems here. Alright, so what we've done now, though, is with this little bit here, and I used the tiny little drill bits because what it'll do is it'll act as a guide now, because we need to drill a larger socket in here, essentially a little slot. And so you can see here that now we've got, like, see that little hole right there? Right there. And so that will allow us now to have essentially a guide. So, and it will keep everything centered as well. This is where I want. So I'll drill a hole here. We'll put it in the center of where I want, you know, this hole to go. And then from there, we can drill in with larger drill bits, and it will eventually widen out. But that's going to be all for today, unfortunately. Sorry, I got to eat. And I gotta take a break too. I can't be sitting here like hunched over so long or whatnot. But that was cool. I didn't know if I was gonna do any toy repair today or not. But I'm glad I did, because that is a lot of work right there. May not look like it, but boy, is it. And then I'll circle back around and try to shave that in. I'm trying to figure out like what to do as far as like this Thursday stream. If I want to get back in the room here, if we want to keep doing. If I want to jump into another game. And then for Saturday, we'll do Callisto Protocol. We'll buy the DLC. Thanks to Spike, Anthony, and Adam. It's freaking awesome, you know, that they did that. But I'll make sure that they know for this Saturday we're going to be doing that, so they can see, you know, what they paid for. Let's give them something to pay for. But it's awesome. So, yeah. Thanks for showing up today, guys. It really made my day better. And I'm glad to see some of your days got better too. Let's keep our good thoughts also towards Christine for getting, you know, landing a new job. It's gonna be amazing. We saw how happy that was. Yeah, Chrisman for Callisto. We're gonna get the DLC for that because Spike, first Adam, Anthony, and Spike all pitched in, so we're gonna buy the DLC so we can actually beat the game for real, so we can see the real ending. And if we have time left after like that, because it might not be one Saturday, it might take two. The only reason I'm keeping it on Saturdays now is because that's the only day Adam can actually watch, and he paid for it. So if he paid for it, I'm not gonna stream on the days he can't watch it. You know what I mean? And I want him to be there live. So I think that would be really cool. But yeah, so we'll be back on Thursday. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. We'll just kind of keep an eye out. We'll either do some more of this stuff here because I still have more work to do, or I might end up doing this outside of stream because I just want to get it done and knocked out for a buddy. And then I might take on some more work. But also another thing is I've got to organize this room. This is really something that I want to sell some stuff. I need to get a lot of stuff together. And so maybe for the next stream, what I can try to do, if we're in here in this room and I'm organizing this room, what I can do is probably attempt to put that lavalier on so I can get up and I can actually move around and organize stuff. That could be interesting, I guess. I don't know. Who cares? We'll talk. We'll have a good time. You know, we'll have a good time. We'll talk about whatever it is we need to talk about. And yeah, I think that'll be good. It'll be a positive experience for everybody. So, oh, Anthony said the shredders are out. Oh, Arc, man, may have to do an arc Thursday. Who knows? It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, and organize a long stream. Yeah, you guys can help me out. Oh, the shredders come out next week. Cool. But yeah, Chrisman, maybe so. Yeah, I'd like to like kind of promote that a bit. I know Dave's got a stream on Thursday or Tuesdays, which I tend to go on for Chop and Shop. So I could probably promote a little bit there if people want to come by, if they're able to. I know this is a weird time of day for a lot of people because most people work during this time. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But anyway, remember, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday, Thursday, Saturday. Sometimes we do even more. But the impossible just takes a little longer. Take care of each other out there, and I will see you on Thursday. Peace.